Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Joel H. Weems Stadium. This is David Edgar filling in for Rod Ham until he shows up. He is on the road. He'll be back here just about the time we kick the ball off to get our contest started. Today we will be opening KCAC play as the Tabor College Blue Jays and Lady Blue Jays will be hosted the McPherson Bulldogs. First up today will be the ladies' game, which we're getting ready to watch. Tabor comes into today's game with an overall record of 2-3-1 under head coach Ian Thompson in his sixth season. McPherson comes into the contest 0-5. Coach Olson is in his third season here with the Bulldogs. Once again, neither team has registered a KCAC win or a loss because this will be the opener across the conference. Let's go ahead and just take a look at McPherson starters. In goal today will be number 1, Christy Silber. She is a 5'4" junior for Sima Valley, California. Number 4, Jordan Bruner, a junior, 5'6" junior from McPherson, Kansas. Number 6, Bianca Avila, 5'7" junior from Rancho Cordova, California. Number 7, Alyssa Hoffman, 5'8" senior from Gilbert, Arizona. Number 5, Madison Hill, a 5'3" sophomore from the Colony, Texas. Number 9, Emily Segura. She's from North Las Vegas, Nevada. She's a 5'1" freshman, defender and a midfielder. Number 10, Nelly Rodriguez, gets a start in midfield as well. She's a 5'4" junior from Rancho Cordova, California. Number 12, Emma Singleton, 5'7" sophomore from North Las Vegas, Nevada. Number 13, Pamela Rosales Zapata from Dodge City, Kansas, a 5'5" junior. And number 15, a 5'2" junior from Esvel, California, Ashley Esquivel. And rounding out the starters for McPherson is Claire Singleton from North Las Vegas, Nevada, 5'5" junior. As you see on your screen now, the officials is Austin Rubicho, Austin Sanderson, and Derek Boido. And they will be doing both contests. They will rotate as whoever has the middle of the field, the head official, they will rotate that for the men. But those will be your three officials for today. As you see both teams getting ready to line up for introductions out over the PA system. Got a beautiful day here in Hillsboro. It's a little bit windy, about 83 degrees. Wind out of the south, so we'll see if that plays into strategy of who's going to be where, which half here as we kick off.
Welcome to Hillsboro, Kansas.
Tabor's last contest, they were down at John Brown University in Arkansas. The John Brown ranked number 13 in the country, and talking with Coach Thompson a little bit, very pleased really with how his ladies performed. We got beat 2-0, but when you're playing a team of that caliber, and he thought they competed very well and was right in the contest, so that was good. Heading into conference play, that was good to get that under their belt.
Join us now as we pray for this evening's game and remain standing for the national anthem. Shall we pray? Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner which, by our words and our actions, is pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with the respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, spectators, and players. Keep us under protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us in this game. Amen.
We had the prayer there by Nate Dool, our SID for soccer, and we will have the national anthem. And we're back with you here at Hillsboro, and I'm turning things back over to the guy who really knows what he's doing here, Rod Ham, as Rod's going to introduce our starting lineup and take it from there. So take it away, Rod.
All right, welcome everybody to Hillsboro, Kansas, home of the Tabor College Blue Jays. As David said, McPherson has been announced. We'll now go to the Tabor side of the ledger and announce the Blue Jays starting lineup. In the goal for the Blue Jays tonight, number 1, Cami Quinn, 5'6" sophomore from Morrison, Colorado, Front Range Christian School. Number 3, Macy Dara, 5'2" sophomore, Wichita, Kansas, the Classical School of Wichita. Number 9, Allie Simpson, senior midfielder, 5'3", from Parowan, Utah. Number 11, Jackie Hurtado, sophomore midfielder, 5'2", Dorate, California. Number 12, Rachel Bennett, 5'4" sophomore, Canyon Lake, Texas. Number 13, Dakota Spencer, 5'6" senior from Denver, Colorado, Valor Christian. Number 19, Kayla Joseph, 5'3" sophomore from Mesquite, Texas, Dallas Christian High School. Number 20, Natalie Ford, 5'4" defender, Fort Collins, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High School. Number 22, Araceli Wallace Carmona, 5'8" senior, Yucaipa, California, Citrus Valley High School. Number 26, Alexis Oliveras, 5'1" senior midfielder from Little Elm, Texas, Wakeland High School. And rounding out the lineup for the Blue Jays, number 33, freshman, 5'3", from Amarillo, Texas, Randall High School. That's your starting lineup for the Blue Jays. First conference matchup here for the Blue Jays tonight. I want to remind you that tonight's game is sponsored by Paul Brooks State Farm Insurance, 2121 North Tyler, Wichita, Kansas. It's 316-721-8181. Contact Paul for all your life, home, car insurance, and more. Another sponsor for the Blue Jays tonight, Fleming's Mini Store-All, right here in Hillsboro, Kansas, 620-947-0184. Find solutions to all your storage needs with proper security measures at Fleming's Mini Store-All. The third sponsor for tonight's ball game, Mennonite Brethren Foundation, also here in Hillsboro, Kansas, 620-947-3151. Giving meaning to money, planned giving services, fund management, championing stewardship. We are about ready to start here tonight. Both teams huddling up on the sidelines, as you can see. Blue Jays looking to start off their conference with a win. Ian Thompson in his 6th year. Assisted by Thomas Gaskell in his first season as a graduate assistant. The Blue Jays are 2-3-1 on the year. McPherson Bulldogs 0-5. So on paper, you would kind of guess that the Blue Jays might have an advantage. McPherson with 0 wins on the season, coached by Mark Olson in his 3rd year, assisted by Francis Flimall. That's hard to say, but it's Female, it looks like, according to what I can read here. The Blue Jays coming out in their all-white uniforms. Cami Quinn in the goal with bright green, neon green. McPherson on the field with the red jerseys and the black shorts. Team's getting situated now. A little bit of breeze out of the south. Kind of a cooler, muggy day. It's been a muggy day. Now the sun has kind of crept behind the clouds. So kickoff has started. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs, and it'll be a throw in on the far side of the field for the Blue Jays. Over there with the throw, Reagan Hess, I believe. Now the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs try to get it up the field. Looks like it's going to cross the end line. And it does. It'll go kick for Cami Quinn out of the Tabor goal. with the wind at her back, so it should be able to get the ball downfield, hopefully to a white shirt. Nice kick there. Dara picks it up, knocks it back. Now ball's to Dakota Spencer, who goes back to Dara. Dara now switches fields to Jackie Hurtado, and Jackie Hurtado looking to go up the field. Gets it out wide to Kayla Joseph. Kayla now going up the sideline, kicks it past her defender, but fullback defender back on the back row, able to pick it up. Now McPherson trying to get it out of their end, being contested by the Blue Jays. They do a good job. Blue Jays still applying some amount of pressure there, not letting the Bulldogs out of that corner. Now Dakota Spencer steps in, picks it off, gets it to Alexis Oliveras. Oliveras out wide to Joseph. Tabor making a little run here, trying to get inside to Rachel Bennett. Can't get it there. Oliveras picks it up back to Joseph. Now Joseph looking for a cross. Unable to get her foot on it. Keeps control of it now to Oliveras. Oliveras crossing to, and it gets to about the 10-yard line, picked up by the goalie. Looked like she was looking for Spencer. Goal kick is going to sail out of bounds from the Bulldogs. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Right around the 30-yard line. Allie Simpson, number 9, with a throw. Finds Dakota. Dakota now with someone right on the back. Gets it back to Simpson. Simpson to Oliveras. And now Oliveras going to do some magic here with her feet and gets the ball stolen by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming back quickly. Now looking long. Not much gets past Araceli, who picks it off and gets it to Bennett. Now Bennett, somebody on her back, gets it to Joseph. Joseph again up the line, gets a cross in. Oh, a shot on goal. Just a little bit wide, picked up by the keeper. Tabor with the wind at their back, putting pressure on the Bulldogs. This time a low punt, headed by McPherson. Now Hurtado comes in and steals the ball for a momentary second. Foul called. McPherson quickly puts the ball down. Now Hurtado picks it off, knocks it back to Araceli. Araceli gets it to Dakota. Dakota gets it past her defender. Tabor's got a little bit of a run here. Dakota looking to go past her defender. Sweeper comes in, picks it off, knocks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Rachel Bennett will do the honors. Has a pretty good throw. A little bit of a wind, crosswind, might help her get the ball even closer to the goal. Throw misses the white jersey, but Oliveras picks it off, gets it towards the goal. Nice save by the keeper. Joseph in there in case it came off the keeper's hands. It didn't. Punt for the Bulldogs. Nice punt, gets it out to midfield. Simpson heads it out wide to Spencer. Spencer now looking to get past her defender, does. Now pulls it back, looks in the middle to Oliveras. A little bit hard for her. Bulldogs pick it off and come back. Now Spencer gets it back again. Tries to get to the middle of the field. Bulldogs pick it off. Reagan Hess gets it to Hurtado. Hurtado out wide to Joseph again. Joseph down the line. And this has happened a couple times already, so they're having some success down the line. Ball's kicked over the end line by Joseph. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Tabor doing a good job applying pressure, keeping the ball in the Bulldogs' end of the field here in the first few minutes of this action. Natalie Ford now gets her foot on it. Rachel Bennett putting pressure on the Bulldogs. Now Hurtado picks it up midfield, gets control of it, drops it. Looks like she's going to drop it back to Simpson. Now Simpson is going to drop it back to Carmona Wallace. Now we're going to try to set their attack from the middle here, and it ball's picked off by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs look out wide. The ball's going to cross. Well, it's picked up by the outside player, now picked off there by the Blue Jays. Good job by Natalie Ford on defense. Tabor making a good run back. Rachel Bennett now at midfield looking for somewhere to go. Brings it back to Dara. Nope, brings it back to Simpson. Now Simpson looking for Spencer out wide. Pressure put on by the Bulldogs, and it goes off Spencer's foot, out of bounds, out over the sideline. It'll be a McPherson throw. Spencer putting pressure on now, steals it, gets it off to Oliveris. Oliveris looking long, a little bit ambitious for Joseph on the far end, picked off by the Bulldogs. Great idea by Oliveris, just not quite enough foot on that. Now Dara picks off. Now we got a infraction on the Blue Jays, maybe a handball. Ball's kicked in. Kind of a dangerous place there, but Tabor takes care of it. Hurtado out wide to Simpson. Simpson now looking upfield, gets it to Darrow. Darrow turns, has somebody right on her back, keeps possession, gets it to Bennett. Now Bennett going up the middle, gets it out wide to Joseph. So we're going to constant theme coming from the Blue Jays, getting it out wide to the right. Bulldogs, however, were able to pick that off. Reagan Hess out on the wide side, knocks the ball over the sideline. McPherson will have the throw. Wallace Carmona with the big leg. Clears the ball. McPherson now picks it up. No pressure on him right now. Tabor had too many people, or had a lot of people back towards the ball, so not too many people up front. So they're trying to get their form back. Looks like they're more in formation now. They kind of lost some form there. Now picked off by Bennett. Bennett coming hard, 1-on-3, gets it out wide. No, she fakes out wide and tries to bring it back, gets it stolen. Now the ball's out wide. McPherson trying to turn and bring it to the south. Having trouble with that. Simpson picks the ball off from McPherson. Now gets taken down. All leg, no ball. Simpson gets up quick. Carmona will come over to take the kick. Nice job by Simpson on defense. Now Hurtado comes to take the kick, and Carmona goes into the offensive formation because of her height and ability to get her head on a lot of balls. She's going to go in the formation and see if Hurtado can get it there. Big kick by Hurtado. It is headed by McPherson, but not out. Bennett tracking it down, knocked out of bounds. It'll be a corner for the Blue Jays. First corner of the game for either team. Tabor putting about 5 people in the box, now bringing Natalie Ford in also, so a lot of players down in that box. Ball's kicked in, kicked out a little wide, knocked away by McPherson. Dakota Spencer putting some pressure on. Ball's kicked across the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays. Dakota Spencer with the ball, looking for somewhere to go. Oliveris gets it, knocked off McPherson. Flag goes up. Must have been a handball in there. Tabor gets possession of the ball again. Now McPherson kicks it out of bounds. Tabor throw. "11 minutes gone in this first period. Tabor controlling, keeping the ball down into McPherson territory for the most part, but unable to get off any real threat. One shot on goal. Hess now will throw in for the Blue Jays. Oh, it's Bennett with a throw. Now Hess with the long kick. Sailed on her. Good idea. Substitution for McPherson coming. Number 3, Janet Sanner, freshman from Parker, Colorado, Chaparral High School, checking in for the Bulldogs. Tabor now has possession of the ball. Rachel Bennett drops it back to Simpson. Simpson looking out wide to Spencer. Spencer can't keep it in bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Ball's thrown in, but runs out of bounds. Now Simpson will do another throw down the line, finds Olivares. Olivares to the middle of the field. Now Dara contesting. Now Hurtado kicks it off of a McPherson player, now gets it back, drops it back to Hess. Now Hess looks out wide for Joseph. Joseph, one touches, but ball's kicked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Blue Jays ball. Hess with a throw, runs out of bounds. She'll try again. Now Hurtado picks it up. McPherson able to knock it away. Now Simpson has it back. Back row finds Dara. Dara now looks out wide to Hess. Nobody on Hess. She brings it forward. Kicks it out wide to Joseph. Joseph just past midfield. Kicks it to Bennett. Overlaps on an inside run. Now gets it out wide. Looking for a cross here. Unable to get her foot on it, but brings it back. Now Hess has it with nobody on her. Kicks it towards the middle. Headed out by the Bulldogs. Now Dara picks up the loose ball. Tries to get it to Spencer, who does. Joseph, and then Joseph to Spencer. Now Spencer trying to work through about 4 people. It's a shot on goal, saved by the keeper. A little bit of offense there, provided by Dara to Spencer, or Dara to Joseph to Spencer. Good kick out to midfield. Ball's out wide. McPherson making a run. Araceli Wallace comes over. Knocks it over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. The furthest they've had the ball downfield for quite some time. Ball's now headed towards the goal. Big kick by Wallace Carmona, now out wide to Spencer by Olivares. Spencer's going to just outrun her defender there. Gets it to Olivares. Olivares one touches, just misses Joseph. Now Dara picks it up. Tries to get it out wide. Picked off by the Bulldogs. Ball's kicked out on the far side by Hess. Throw in for the Blue Jays, or for the Bulldogs. 0-0 here. 20 minutes have almost gone by. Or we got 15 minutes that's gone by. No score. Bulldogs getting the ball past midfield for about the second time in the last 10 minutes, and now Simpson picks it up. Loses it back to McPherson. Now McPherson has it. Dara on defense, able to pick it up. Turns, comes upfield. Finds Oliveris at midfield. She drops it back to Hurtado. Hurtado now surveying the field, drops it back to Hess. McPherson has everybody back but two. Darren now gets it. Handball called. Ball seems a little bouncy tonight. A couple times where the ball's bounced up and hit players' hands. Maybe that new turf. Getting used to that new turf. Hurtado now gets it out wide. Two players down. Now knocked out of bounds by Tabor. Throw in McPherson. Couldn't quite tell what happened at midfield, but two or three players down there. Two for McPherson, one for Tabor. No harm, no foul. Simpson picks the ball off down the sideline, gets it to Hurtado. Now Hurtado turns, or Oliveris turns. She looks out wide, finds Bennett. Bennett goes further out wide to Joseph. Nice ball. Joseph runs it down before it gets to the corner. Kicks it towards the goal, but it goes out. She'd run so hard and couldn't quite get a good leg on that. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Punch controlled by the Bulldogs. Get it out wide. That's going to sail over the sideline. Tabor throw. Simpson's over there quickly. Spencer lets it bounce over her head. Ball's kicked upfield. Goes over the sideline, or foul was called, I guess. Hurtado now comes in for the kick. Whilst Carmona goes in to the front line. Hurtado looking for the top of Araceli's head, I'm sure, on this set play. Ball's up, a little long. Good idea, just a little bit too much on that one. Nice punt that time. Tabor picks it off. Oliveris had it for a second. McPherson controls. Gets it out wide. Simpson picks it off, gets it to Spencer on the near sideline. Spencer now going upfield. Finds Oliveris. Oliveris turns. Drops it back to Bennett. Bennett now beats her defender. Takes a long kick. Good play by the goalie there. Hurtado called for the foul. Be a free kick here coming for the Bulldogs. Pretty clean game so far between these two teams. Free kick against the wind. I can see this thing sailing to the east a little bit. It does. It gets up into the goal mouth. Headed by McPherson, it looked like, and it goes out over the end line. Cammie Quinn in the goal for Tabor hasn't been tested so far. Knock on wood in this game. Substitution for the Bulldogs. Dakota Spencer now gets it on the sideline. near us. Kicked out by McPherson. Throw in by Simpson. She finds Dara. Ball bounces again, bounces high on her. Now she gets it back. Stolen by McPherson. Hurtado takes a poke at it, misses. McPherson gets the ball down the sideline now. Ball's kicked in front of the goal, knocked away by Ford. Picked up by Dara. Good hustle there by Macy. Finds Oliveris at the 40. Oliveris with nobody on her. Now Bennett coming up from the back. Stolen by McPherson at the 40. Tabor applying some pressure here, not letting McPherson get upfield. Ball's kicked out by Simpson. McPherson throw. McPherson now gets a foot on that one, kicks it long to the far side. Could roll out or saved. It's saved there by a good play by McPherson midfielder. Now back to her. Ford comes up and gets a big foot on it. Now Joseph on the far end almost gets a steal, but McPherson comes away with it. Tabor gets it back. A little bit of ping pong being played now between these two teams. Hess gets a good foot on that one. Now drop back to Simpson. Simpson looks up the field. And Dara runs in. Misses, but gets back to it. Now Hurtado gets it out wide to Hess on the far side. Joseph on the far side beats her defender. Her defender staying with her, not letting her turn. Now picks it off. They're each trying to kick it off each other. And looks like McPherson player able to kick it off Joseph. Throw in for the Bulldogs. So hopefully Tabor can keep the ball down here and get something generated offensively. Oliveris picks it off. Needs somebody to kick to. Kicks it back to Bennett. Now Bennett back to Joseph. Joseph back to Oliveris. Oliveris tries to go towards the goal. Unable to do so. Now Hurtado picks it off. And McPherson comes in with the steal. Got a 3-on-5 break. They get it out wide. Simpson picks the ball off. Good counterattack could be coming here. Gets it to Bennett in the middle. Bennett now looking to Oliveris in the center of the field. She's looking for Dakota just behind her, about one step behind her, and Spencer couldn't quite get a foot on that one. It'll be a punt coming by the keeper from McPherson, Christy Silber from Simi Valley, California. Now Simpson picks that off, gets it to Spencer again. Spencer toe taps it past her defender, and another defender comes in and knocks it out of bounds. Coach Thompson able to catch that one. Thompson, a goalie in his playing days at Tabor. Simpson with the throw, gets Spencer down the line. Spencer now looking for a shot from a little bit far away. I thought she was going to go to Oliveris and then maybe a little give and go there, but 20-minute mark now. No score by either team. Ball's kicked out of bounds by McPherson. Simpson with another throw. Subs coming for the Blue Jays and the Bulldogs. Number 18 coming in for the Bulldogs, Isabel Medina, 5'7" midfielder from Garden City, Kansas. And number 24, Dina Dervartanian, 5'1" midfielder from Pasadena, California. And for the Blue Jays, Allison Cubbin, 5'4" sophomore, Greeley, Colorado, Northridge High School. Simpson keeps it in bounds, but couldn't quite get it to Oliveris. Now Araceli Wallace Carmona brings it up the line, turns, finds Dara at midfield. Dara turns, looks for Bennett, finds Bennett. Bennett tries to get past one, couldn't. Now she steals the ball back. Tries to get it out wide, couldn't, and now it's ping pong towards the goalie who picks it up easily. Cubbin coming in on the far side for Kayla Joseph. Joseph, number 19, gets a breather. Simpson almost picks it off. Dara now on defense. Taps it away. Stays right on her opponent. Pressure being put on by the Blue Jays. Headed by Araceli. Wallace Carmona, but McPherson able to get it back. I think she was going to head it towards Simpson, but Simpson was dropping back at the same time. Now picked off by Dara. Dara looking down the line to Spencer. Spencer looking far field for Cubbin. Cubbin now at midfield finds Oliveira. Oh, just misses Oliveris. Long kick by defender from McPherson. Nobody from her team up there, so Ford will corral it in the back and bring it up. Hess, she brings it upfield. Hess steps in behind her. Gets it to Bennett. Now Bennett gets it to Darrow. Darrow continues it this way to Hurtado. Hurtado now drops it back to Simpson. Simpson back to Hurtado. Hurtado looking upfield. No, a little bit ambitious. It couldn't quite get over the defender's head. McPherson controls. Good idea by Hurtado. Now Spencer picks it off, drops it to Hurtado. Hurtado's going to look over for Bennett at midfield. Back to Dara. Now Dara gets it across field to Cubbin. Cubbin makes a nice play. Makes a nice run on the ball. Now she stays with it. Knocked away by McPherson. It's going to go over the sideline, and substitutions again for both teams. Number 27 for the Blue Jays coming in. Reina Soltero, 5'3" sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas, CF Brewer High School. And number, looks like 22 for the Bulldogs, Christina Hall, 5'2" junior from Falls Church, Virginia, Central Christian College. Throw in by the Blue Jays. That's going to go over the end line. Off the head of a Bulldog. It'll be a corner kick for the Blue Jays. Rachel Bennett over in the corner to do the corner. Corner coming in a little bit wide, a little bit outside the box this time, a little too far out. Knocked away by McPherson. Simpson going to sprint to track it down. She does. Keeps it in for a little while. Now knocked out, I believe, by McPherson. Simpson throw. Simpson throws, almost finds Dara, but then goes over her head. McPherson picks it off. Now Jackie Hurtado picks off that pass. Gets it to Reina Soltero. Soltero has some wheels. Gets it into Spencer. Now McPherson trying to knock the ball out. There's a foul called on, I believe, Spencer. Soltero gets it to Spencer again. Now Spencer bringing it towards the middle, kicks it. Looks like she got a little bit of turf with that kick. Looked like one of my golf shots that I pick up too much turf with. Goes to the keeper. She picks it up easily and kicks it out to midfield. Simpson there knocking down her defender accidentally. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Kicked out wide for the Bulldogs. Simpson now makes a great defensive play, anticipating that. Toe tapping a little bit around there, trying to get it back to Soltero, unable to do so. Ball goes out over the sideline. Again, this time kicked out by Natalie Ford. Now Natalie Ford gets her head on that one. Dara comes over to pick it up. Natalie Ford steals, now kicks it out. McPherson able to corral that one, putting a little pressure on the Blue Jays. Now Cubbin comes over and clears it. McPherson doing a little bit better job right now, but ball's kicked over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. The gold shirts that you see around the outside of the track are the softball, part of the softball team, responsible for tracking down loose balls during soccer games. McPherson controlling the goal kick. This one goes across the sideline. It'll be a throw in by Simpson. Irene De La Rosa snuck in the game here just a little bit ago. Number 7, 5'5" sophomore midfielder from Wichita, Kansas, Northwest High School. Dara comes out for a breather. 12 minutes, 16 seconds left in this first period. Reina Soltero now gets it over to Irene De La Rosa. De La Rosa goes out wide, far side to Hess. Hess now bringing it upfield, gets it out wide to Cubbin. Allison Cubbin out wide. Advancing the ball, brings it now towards the middle, gets it to Bennett. Bennett drops it back, gets it over to De La Rosa. De La Rosa now looking for somewhere to go. Picked off by McPherson. Now Hess picks off the ball, but right back to McPherson. Now McPherson kicks it out wide. Quinn, the keeper, picks it up easily. Maybe her first punt today. Big kick by Quinn, unable to control it. Cubbin. Now the ball is kicked in towards Quinn again. She'll wait for it to come to her. Nobody in the red shirt was running for that. Another kick by Quinn, this time more of a line drive. Bounces big. Spencer picks it up. Taps it to Bennett, but Bennett couldn't quite get there. McPherson will kick it out over the sideline. It'll be a throw for the Blue Jays. Rachel Bennett throws, gets it down to Spencer. Spencer back to Bennett. Now Bennett crosses in to De La Rosa. Hurtado's looking to take a shot. Does, wide right.
Okay, for substitution number 15, Carla Monroy.
Carla Monroy, number 15. 5'6" senior midfielder from Las Vegas, Nevada, Nevada State College. Checks in for the Blue Jays. Giving Simpson a break. Araceli coming up to clear that ball out of Tabor's end of the field. Substitution for the Bulldogs. Number 23, Marisa Zamora, 5'1" senior midfielder from Chester, California by way of Butte College, checks in for the Bulldogs.
Versus substitution number 23, Marisa Zamora.
Neither team able to score so far in this first period. 8:40 left. Ball's now picked up by Quinn for Tabor. See if she can get a big foot on this and get a big bounce. And Carla Monroy now controls for the Blue Jays. Drops it off to Hurtado. Hurtado looking for somewhere to go. Finds De La Rosa. De La Rosa tries to get it to Soltero on this near side. It goes out over the sideline. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Now De La Rosa gets it to Bennett at midfield. Bennett drops it back to Wallace Carmona. Wallace Carmona bringing it up. Gets it to De La Rosa at midfield. De La Rosa looking to get it to Bennett. Picked off by McPherson. Good head by De La Rosa. Goes to a McPherson player in the back row. Kicks it out wide. So Tabor kind of kicking it back and forth with McPherson right now. De La Rosa at midfield. Now Hurtado gets it. But the ball's just gets away from us a little bit too much on the trap. Ball's out over the inline, or over the sideline again. Throw in by Monroy for the Blue Jays. Tabor playing without the services of Hannah Armand in this game today. Hannah, senior midfielder, kind of controls play for the Blue Jays quite a bit in that midfield. It does appear that they're missing her tonight. McPherson player misses the ball on the near side here. It'll be another throw in for the Blue Jays. So let's see if the Blue Jays can do something. 6.5 minutes left in this first half. See if they can get something going here in this last 6 minutes or so. Bennett up the sideline, gets knocked away by McPherson. Throw in by Monroy, headed out by Medina from McPherson. Another throw, this time picked up by McPherson, now knocked out by Soltero. Wallace Carmona comes in with a great defensive play. Ball's knocked out by McPherson. Bennett comes up, gets the ball off the throw from Monroy. Now Monroy looking to go the other direction. Reverse fields, forward with it. Looking out wide. McPherson player picks it off, but Hess right there to take it right back. And now Hess knocks it off a McPherson player. Spencer in the middle knocks it out wide to Cubbin, but too long. A little bit too hard, and it goes out over the sideline. McPherson throw. So neither team really doing much offensively right now. Now McPherson brings it up. Tries to get something going there off Medina's foot, or maybe she never touched it. Now big kick by Cammie Quinn. Nobody gets anything on that, and Spencer's right there. Soltero comes up, gets it over to Bennett. Bennett now looking to do something with it. Gets it over. Oh, just misses De La Rosa. Ball goes over the sideline. McPherson's ball. So the ideas are good. The execution isn't always there. Lots of action down here at midfield. No call. De La Rosa picks it up, takes it down the sideline, now drops, stops, brings it back to Spencer. Now Spencer gets it over to Soltero. Soltero takes a shot right at the goalie, and she makes a nice play. She'll come up kicking here. 3.5 minutes left in this first half. Still no score. Nobody went after that ball from either team, really. Now McPherson gets it, kicks it long, out wide. Wallace Carmona's there. Kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for McPherson. Throw-in was two white shirts instead of red, but what I could tell. Now ball's kicked out by McPherson. Tabor throw. Carla Monroy coming over to take the throw here on this near side. 2.5 minutes left in this first half, so if Tabor's going to do something, they're going to have to do it quick. Now McPherson picks off the ball, but Tabor playing around a little bit with it in the back, and McPherson putting a little pressure on. Now I'll kick it out, and Bennett picks it up, gets it to Cubbin. Cubbin now over to Spencer. Spencer turns, goes towards goal. Ball's knocked away. De La Rosa comes in and knocks down Medina for McPherson. Gets called for the foul. Medina's kind of taken a beating this first half, and it's showing on her. Long kick. Sails over the head of Hurtado. Ford had a foot on it for a second. Now Cubbin drops back, picks it up. Looks to get it to the middle, but picked off by McPherson. McPherson drops it back, now mounts their attack to the middle of the field, but nobody there except white shirts. Hurtado now gets it to Soltero. Soltero gets it back to Hurtado. Hurtado hits it long for Spencer. Spencer's got some wheels. She's going to run that down. Drops it back, coming towards goal. Now kicks it. Goalie able to pick it up easily. Cubbin in there on the backside in case she crossed it. I'm not sure that she saw Cubbin there. .15 seconds now left in this first half. Tabor controls it, drops it back to Ford. Ford now out wide to Monroy. And looks like Tabor's just going to control this here for the next few seconds. Let the clock run out. Halftime here at Tabor College, still 0-0 at half. Once again, game day sponsors, Paul Brooks State Farm Insurance in Wichita, Kansas. Contact Paul for all your life, home, car insurance, and more. Fleming's Mini Store, all fine solutions to all your storage needs right here in Hillsborough, Kansas, with proper security measures at Fleming's Mini Store. And Mennonite Brethren Foundation, also here in Hillsborough, Kansas, giving meaning to money, plan giving services, fund management, championship stewardship. We will take a break here and be back for the second half in 15 minutes.
to the first episode of At the Net with Coach Luke Rencher. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Coach, this is your first season at Tabor. Can you talk about how the transition has been for you coming to Hillsboro?
The transition's been pretty good. I've been once started especially and got in the thick of practice and meets. It's been flowing really well. Came from California and moved here in July, and I enjoyed coming. I'd actually grown up on a farm out in a small rural farming town called Camp Creek, so I was used to a small town, but it took a little bit of getting used to. But once we're in the mix of things here, it's been easy.
And you talked a little bit about your background. You played college tennis at the University of Oregon. Can you talk a little bit about your experience there and your successes?
Sure. So I actually walked onto the team. From a young boy, I had one ambition to play tennis for Oregon. I worked hard on it and made the team as a walk-on. Then my sophomore year, I earned a scholarship and was very successful. I set a record, second best all time for singles, a single season mark in singles. So I played 2 years, had a very successful career.
And so talk about your time after Oregon, playing tennis there. You moved to the Bay Area in California, and you worked at a tennis academy. Can you talk about your experiences
right.
there?
Well, I actually worked at two clubs down there. I was a director at one where I had 20 pros underneath me, and it was a pretty big place. And I moved to my second job there was a place called Tompkins Tennis Academy, and it's probably one of the top 3 or 4 academies in the nation, best on the West Coast. And almost all the pros there are all former D1 athletes, or actually the top players in their country. And I was the head pro there, so I was in charge of all the coaches, the curriculum, how the practice will run, that kind of thing. It was a very intense job, and I had a great boss though, a guy named Richard Tompkins who grew up in the Bolletary Academy where Andre Agassi was there. And so a lot of what we did there was based on what Bolletary was teaching and is still teaching at the Bolletary Academy, now called the IMG Academy.
Oh, wow. So it's San Francisco, and teaching at those academies is a lot different than teaching here at Tabor College in Hillsboro, Kansas. So what drew you, being in California, being a director at these academies, what drew you to come here and coach here at Tabor College?
Well, I always wanted to actually take my game to another level, the collegiate level. And in the interview process, I got to know all the coaches. Like I met Sean Reed Carroll, David Ediger, and I was really impressed with their character and how they treated me. And I liked their moral environment here. Everything was up front, and they were trying to do the right thing. That really impressed me. I wanted to be in charge of a whole team. I actually wanted to take what I've been doing at Tompkins and actually take it to another level. So I felt like I could actually improve on what was going on at Tompkins, and this opportunity at Tabor was the way of doing that.
So let's transition to Tabor and the team this fall. They've already played a couple of matches, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go about the structure of practice. So I hear you're kind of, it's really intense. Can you kind of go in a little bit of detail about those practices?
Right, so we're practicing about 2 hours and 10 minutes a day, and from the moment they show up, we don't mess around. We go right into serious hitting. We're feeding balls to the players as fast as we can feed, and then I let them, once we pick up the balls, we go into live hitting where they're hitting back and forth, and the drills are designed to be tougher than a match and to toughen them up, both mentally and physically. Plus, we're doing a lot of strategic things while all this is going on, like talking about where to move on the court, how to position your racket to return a certain shot. I teach them as much as I can in that 2 hour time. It's very dense, and nothing's going halfway. We're going as full as we can during that time period.
And you have 2 graduate assistant coaches. Talk about those 2 and how they have helped you implement this in practice.
Right. Well, Naima and Stephen are great. We'll talk about what we're going to do before practice in office, or maybe on the court before everybody shows up. And oftentimes they'll be feeding balls and kind of making sure the practice is going the way I want it to go. They've been great. Without them, my job would have been a lot tougher.
And the players now, the women, who has stood out here in fall so far, and we'll go to the men's in a second.
Sure. So we have Tessa Isaac, and she's a senior, her father is actually the head coach at Sterling College, Lonnie Isaac, and Lonnie actually played here for 1 year and actually coached her also. Very good guy. Tessa has a good tennis background from her father. She's our #1 player right now. We have another young lady named Kayla Roth, and Kayla's great. She is one of my favorites. She is extremely tough. She lifts weights actually 5 days a week outside of tennis practice, and you can tell she's fit and she can go the distance with players. She's very tough-minded, and I'm very, very happy with her. So we got those two. And then we have, unfortunately, most of the other players on our team are doing either soccer or cross country, and they'll be available starting the winter. We'll have a full team then.
And so the men so far, there's been a couple of guys playing in the last 2 matches.
Right. So we have. I'll just start with. I'll just give you our whole team here. We have a new kid, Justin Schroeder from he actually played basketball for McPherson College, and he's been great. He joined late on the team. He's a very good athlete, really hardworking, great character. We have Daraj, who is a junior. He's very analytical, great teammate. He's actually one of our captains. Billy Weiser's a captain. Billy's been great. He works really hard. He's competitive. He's got a little bit of an edge to him. Like he's ready to go toe-to-toe with anybody he plays against. I really like that about him. Then we have Zachary Weiss, who's a freshman, and he's super talented, huge serve, really well built. He's the prototype of a tennis player, kind of like Federer, like lanky, long arms, can run fast. I'm really expecting good things from him. Then number 2 and our two top players are Pierce Clausen, who was valedictorian of his high school at Arc City High School. Extremely smart, good character, works hard, can just play forever. I'm expecting him to be kind of like the cornerstone. He has to play the #1 spot, so he's playing great players every time, like guys that are older than him, usually from other countries that are hitting really heavy balls, strong balls, but he's really gotten better even in the 3 weeks of practice we've had. So then the other recruit I'm really liking also, a freshman from Peru, his name's John Paul Fort. And what I like about John Paul Fort is really interesting is that when it comes time for a match, he plays bigger. Like he'll show good stuff in practice, but in a match, he'll just take it to another level. So he has another gear he goes through in a match, and I really like that about him. Very coachable, and he's got a good sense of humor, and he's fitting in really well with the team coming all the way from Peru.
Which is pretty hard for an international kid to come in here as a freshman.
I give him a lot of courage to what he's doing. That'd be hard to do what he's doing. He's got a lot of courage.
And you talked about the team. I talked to Billy Weiser a few weeks ago and talked about the community in the tennis team. And I believe that you guys hosted the tennis team at your house for dinner.
Yeah. That was fun. We actually have a pool in our backyard, and they were all doing like flips and cannonballs, and everybody went swimming. So everybody went swimming. We had a nice little lunch afterwards or dinner. It was great to have them over there. I met my family.
So we talk about the community with the tennis team. How has the Tabor community opened up their arms to you and your family?
It's been great. People are saying hi to me. I don't know who they are. I get emails and phone calls. I don't know even who they are. They're just reaching out to me. Of course, all the coaching staff here has been great, and the faculty. I get to know some of the faculty also, and I'm not used to this community, the way this community is. I mean, it's different. I've ever experienced for the last 20 years. We're in a big city, and you don't really, you just kind of drive to work and come home and get ready for the next day. So that's been nice, a nice change.
So with the season picking up in the springtime, what are your expectations from now to the season?
I have big expectations. I expect us to have a winning season on both sides, and I don't want to make grand predictions, but I think we work really hard. We'll compete with anybody.
Which is exciting because the tennis team has gradually gotten better in the last few years, so it'll be exciting for the tennis team to exceed those expectations for the spring. So we are at the net with Tabor head tennis coach Luke Rencher.
like going in the control tower today. I like the control tower today. It's like air traffic control. Nothing to do with air. Airways. All right. Who's up there with you? What? Where's Mike Jameson? I thought he was supposed to be up there. Oh, golf. Was golf somewhere? Golf tournament? Did they play somewhere? Oh. All right. Yeah. No, there's not that much to replay. It's almost like the football game that Friends. All right. I guess I better go back on and say something. As the lead-in music is playing, we are back here at Hillsboro, Kansas. Tabor College Blue Jay women taking on the McPherson Bulldog women. As you can see by the scorecard or the scoreboard on the screen, it is 0-0, as they say in the soccer world. Both teams getting a little stretching done before it's time to take the field again. Tabor now will be going into the south wind. Left to right on your screen, left to right in front of me. Hopefully the Blue Jays have talked about some strategy, offensive strategy here at halftime. Defense, haven't been too concerned about. But Tabor has 5 shots on goal to 0 for McPherson. But you don't win games by having more shots on goal. We need to get the ball in the back of the net, as they say. And so McPherson out there ready. Tabor huddling up, getting ready to come out onto the pitch. Once again, I'd like to remind you that the game sponsors tonight, Mennonite Brethren Foundation here in Hillsboro, Kansas. Plan Giving Services, Fund Management, and Championing Stewardship. Giving meaning to money. MB Foundation getting ready to host Celebrate 2019 in Omaha, Nebraska for builders, boomers, and empty nesters. We'll see you in Omaha. Second half has started now. Also sponsoring the game tonight, Fleming's Mini Store All here in Hillsboro. Storage Solutions for all your needs. And Paul Brooks State Farm Insurance in Wichita, Kansas. Call Paul for all your life, home, car, and insurance needs. Simpson, far end, running that ball down, letting it go across the sideline, picks it up. It'll be a throw for the Blue Jays. Cammie Quinn in the goal for the Blue Jays. On the near side here, Reagan Hess, defender. Natalie Ford, defender. Araceli Wallace Carmona, defender. Allie Simpson on the far side, a defender. In the midfield, we've got Macy Dara, Jackie Hurtado, and Kayla Joseph right here in front of us, losing the ball to the Bulldogs. We've got Rachel Bennett and Alexis Oliveras and Dakota Spencer up front. Corner kick, I believe. Let's see. Looks like McPherson has their first corner of the game coming early here in this second half. Ball's kicked in. Nice corner by McPherson. Batted away by Cammie Quinn in goal and kicked out by Simpson to be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Blue Jays playing without senior midfielder Hannah Armand. very good player for the Blue Jays, nursing an ankle injury. Looks like she's walking okay, so maybe she'll be back here next game. Another corner picked up by Quinn. Nice corner. Both corners taken by McPherson here in their first two of the game, taken quickly here in this second half, and both nice corners, unable to capitalize on them. Quinn now keeps the ball low, headed by McPherson, coming right back to Quinn in the goal, and she steps back into the box and picks it up easily. Another kick, keeps it low, line drive. Oliveris able to control it. Looking out wide, picked off by McPherson. Not quite wide enough. Now McPherson bringing it back the other way. McPherson looks like they have a little bit more life in them on offense so far in this second half. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Blue Jays. Throw in by McPherson. Natalie Ford able to get the ball upfield a little bit for the Blue Jays. Now McPherson brings it right back. Goes across the sideline, and it'll be a throw in by Simpson on the far side. Neither team really able to do much in the first half. Tabor had 5 shots on goal, but only one of those really I felt like had any kind of a test on the keeper. Tabor now kicking the ball back, getting it cross field. Nice play by Hess. Now back to Hurtado. Middle of the field by Oliveris. Now back to Dara. Dara looking to bring it upfield. Tries to get it to outside to Spencer. Now Simpson looking to get it into the middle. Picked up by red shirts. Each team now taking their turn at kicking the ball. Picked up by Quinn in the goal. Kicks it upfield. Picked up by McPherson. Long kick by McPherson, picked up easily by Quinn. McPherson getting caught up in that little bit of that what Tabor got caught up into the first half, where they're taking longer kicks than they should be kicking because they've got the wind at their backs. Spencer now comes back, picks up the ball. Looks out wide to Joseph, picked off by McPherson. Now Bennett now picks it up. Kicked out by McPherson. Gets over everybody. Natalie Ford picks it up in the back. Gets it out wide to Hess. Hess down the line to Joseph. Joseph drops it back to Hess. Now Hess looking for Oliveris. Oliveris turns. Has Bennett going down the sideline, hits her in the back. Perfect run by Bennett. Looked like she was going to have a nice run there down the sideline. Ball hits her and square in the back, goes out. Now she's fighting for the ball, jumps up, knocked down. Oliveris gets it, turns. McPherson defender right there. Simpson comes up. Gets a foot on the ball to Spencer. Spencer can't control it. Now gets it out wide. Does get control of it finally. Kicks it across field. Every cross field pass we've had, it seems like, it's picked off by McPherson. Hess now on this near side. Gets it down the sideline to Joseph. Joseph keeps it in bounds. Beats a couple defenders. Now it's knocked close to the sideline here. Hess stops McPherson from advancing it. Now kicks it back. Keeper will pick it up if it gets to the box. Doesn't quite get there. She taps it out wide. Now Joseph kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. So Tabor got caught up in that first half, got caught up in that wind behind me. I'm going to shoot it from too far away, and never really gave a true test on McPherson's keeper. Now Bennett drops back, gets the ball, drops it to Hess. Now Hess tries to get it back to Bennett. Knocked away. Ford now picks it up down the sideline, gets it back to the keeper. Keeper kicks it upfield, looking for a white shirt, unable to find one. A red shirt did find it, but Darrell picks it off. Finds Oliveris. Now Oliveris turns, drops it to Bennett. Bennett has nobody on her right now, but kicks it long to Joseph. Nice ball. Joseph can't quite. Oh, she does get to it. Knocked out by McPherson. Corner kick coming for Tabor. Nice play by Kayla Joseph. Good hustle. Bennett coming over to the corner. Take the corner for the Blue Jays. So here's a good opportunity here off of this set corner piece that the Blue Jays could get a point on the board. I'll take a deep breath and get ready to say goal for about 10 seconds. See if that prompts them to score here. Ball coming in, nice ball. Headed away by McPherson. And Tabor unable to come up with the ball, playing a little bit deep there on that when the ball's knocked away. Quinn comes way out of her goal, gets it upfield, tries to get it to Joseph. Joseph staying tough. Now Hurtado picks it off midfield. Natalie Ford has it. Knocked away by McPherson. Goes over the end line. It'll be a punt coming by the Blue Jays. Joseph picks up the loose ball. Now Bennett gets it back to Wallace Carmona. Wallace Carmona switching fields for the Blue Jays. Simpson gets it to Dara. Dara turns, gets it back to Hurtado. Hurtado looks out wide to Hess. Now Hess has room. Finds Joseph, had Joseph down the sideline. Ball picked off by McPherson. So McPherson player kind of read that one. Jumped in front. Now Joseph gets the ball out wide. Tries to get it a little give and go to Dara, or to Bennett. Joseph now making a nice hustle play. Finds Oliveris at midfield, bringing it towards the goal. Shoots it off of a McPherson player. Now gets it back, gets it out wide to Spencer. Spencer shoots. And right to the keeper. Didn't get as solid a strike on that as I think she was hoping. Big punt by the keeper for McPherson. Takes a big bounce, goes over everybody's head. Ball still going, it goes out. Throw in by Tabor in the far corner, right next to the flag. Throw into Dara. Dara stays with it. McPherson comes away with it. Down in the corner now, goes over the sideline. Throw in for McPherson as they keep it down in their end, or down in Tabor's end. Ball's kicked out again by the Blue Jays. Another throw in for the Bulldogs in the far corner of the field. Substitution. Waiting to come in for the Bulldogs. Number 17, Peyton Morse, 5'6" junior from Burleson, Texas, by way of Mansfield Legacy High School, coming in for the Bulldogs. Tabor picks it off on a counterattack here, coming up quickly. Jackie Hurtado has Kayla Joseph out wide on the near side. Joseph gets it, drops it back to Hess. Now Hess surveying the field. Looking in the middle of the field, but McPherson there to pick it off. McPherson reverses field. Now gets it to the middle. Now long pass. Real long, way wide. Be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. Kicked out wide. McPherson picks it up, getting the majority of the loose balls here on punts and goal kicks. Now out wide, Joseph chasing the ball down, keeps it in play, gets past her defender. Another McPherson player there. Oliveras taps it out. McPherson through. Bulldogs throw again. Hurtado gets it out. Oliveras to Joseph. Joseph trying to get it back to Oliveras. Knocked away by the Bulldogs. Now a Bulldog player misses on the trap. Jordan Bruner, a 5'6" junior from McPherson, Kansas by way of Barton County. Goal kick for the Blue Jays comes out on once again McPherson. First one to touch. Now Bennett gets it. Beats a couple defenders. Now gets it long to Spencer. Spencer able to get control of it. Looking to beat a couple defenders. Does. Takes a shot. Right at the keeper again, although she did move a couple steps that time. Good idea there by Spencer. Got a little bit more leg on that one. A little force on that one. Big bounce again. I guess hard to gauge how high that's going to bounce. Knocked away by Wallace Carmona. Ball's out with a throw coming for McPherson. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a Tabor throw on the far side. Oh, it's a foul called. Free kick coming for the Blue Jays. McPherson now has possession of the ball out wide. Looking for something to... Someone in the middle, gets it all the way through the middle and all the way outside. Bruner now has it for the Bulldogs. Kicked out by Hess. Called out on Bulldogs. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays. Hurtado now with control. Looks out to Joseph. Joseph gets one little touch on it but can't control it. Another throw in here coming on the near side for the Bulldogs. Substitutions coming in for the Bulldogs. Number 23, Marisa Zamora, 5'1" senior from Chester, California, Butte College, coming in for the Bulldogs. And number 27, McKaylee Bryson, 5'2" sophomore from Spanish Fork, Utah. Fouls called. Advantage was kind of the play on there with the referee, and he did call the foul on Bennett. Came in hard and knocked down a McPherson player. He let the play develop. It went out of bounds, and then he brought it back to where the foul was. Madison Hall to take the kick. It's wide. Cammie Quinn lets it go. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. Kayla Joseph fighting for the ball, gets it to Dara at midfield. Dara turns, gets it to Spencer. Now Spencer turns, looking to get up the field, has Bennett flying, just picked off by McPherson. I don't know how many times they've done that where we've had looks like we might have somebody making a run and they seem to step right in and pick that off. Now Araceli Wallace-Carmona does it back, and now we've got another potential run here. Now Joseph going up the sideline, has nobody on her. She'll bring it up quickly. Defense for McPherson steps in front. Now kicked out. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs, I believe. Must have gone off Joseph. Tabor now controls. Araceli Wallace-Carmona has it past midfield, making a little run, gets it to Spencer. Spencer getting knocked around a little bit from behind. Now to Dara, now to Bennett. Bennett takes a shot from the 25. It's a 35-yard kick, goes way wide. Against that breeze, I don't think that's going to get near enough leg on it to get there. We're going to have a punt by McPherson, a long punt. Hurtado with the header. About knocked her, well, it did knock her down. A little bit of force behind that. Good job by Hurtado to stand in there and take that. Now Oliveris tries to tap it to to Bennett. McPherson picks it off, and now Spencer drops in, picks off the ball. Ball's tapped away from her by McPherson. Out wide here now, McPherson making a run. Gets it inside. Shot goes wide. McPherson can't get control of it. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. So a little bit of a offensive threat there by the Bulldogs, but nobody with the red shirt on could get a foot on it. Ball goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. Irene De La Rosa coming in, number 7. Coming in for Rachel Bennett, number 12. De La Rosa, 5'5" sophomore midfielder from Wichita Northwest High School. Allie Simpson with the ball on the far side, knocks it off of a McPherson player, and it goes out. It'll be a throw-in by Simpson. Trying to get it up the line to Spencer. Spencer does end up with it. Bringing it across field, now gets it wide. Once again, McPherson player just getting enough leg on that to stop it. McPherson coming back now the other way. De La Rosa picks that one off. Stays with it. Now McPherson picks it off, shoots wide of the goal. Not really much of a shot there, and it'll be a goal kick by the Blue Jays. So neither team controlling the ball enough to make any kind of a effort to get any kind of a decent shot off on goal here in this second half. Number 18, Medina, checking in for Bulldogs. Now out wide to Simpson. Ball's over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Ball's picked off there in the back by Dara. Dara now tries to get it to Simpson. Ball rolls across the sideline. It'll be a throw in. For the Bulldogs. Ball's kicked out over the end line. Another goal kick coming by Cammie Quinn, Tabor goalkeeper. At the halfway point in the second half, still no score. Ball kicked out by the Bulldogs. Simpson with the throw on the far side. Substitutions, number 6, Allison Cubbin, 5'4" sophomore from Greeley, Colorado, Northridge High School, coming in for Kayla Joseph. And Raina Saltero, number 27, 5'3" sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas, CF Brewer High School. Spencer now on the far side has control of the ball, drops it back to Dara. Dara gets it to Hurtado. Hurtado's it's picked off by McPherson. Now slide comes in by Natalie Ford. Now Cubbin has control of it. Looking for somewhere to go. Gets it to Spencer at midfield. Spencer controls, turns. Gets it over to Dara. Dara now making a run. Knocked off by 2 defenders from McPherson, but Spencer able to pick it up, bringing it on goal. If she can get any kind of foot on it, she goes down in the box, no call. De La Rosa now picks it up, kicks it towards the goal, a little wide. Picked up by keeper Silber. She's telling her teammates to get long because she can really boot it with this wind. Ball's going to take a bounce. Tabor's back. Araceli Wallace, Carmona back. Gets it out wide to Hess. Now back to Carmona. Carmona to De La Rosa. De La Rosa turns. Gets it out here to Cubbin on the near side. Cubbin has nobody on her right now. Looking for a little run. Finds Saltero. Saltero looking to go up the field with it. Does. Finds Dara. Dara now turns. Now Cubbin comes. Kicks it off of the defender. It should be a corner kick for the Blue Jays. Looked like we might have something going there, and get shut down for a little bit. Then Cubbin able to kick it off of defender from McPherson, so we'll get a corner out of this. Saltero in the corner to do the honors for the Blue Jays. And the ball sails wide right, which the wind blowing from the right. Maybe she thought she was going to curve it in, didn't get the curve. Goal kick coming by the keeper, Silber from McPherson. Hurtado picks up the loose ball at midfield, looking for somewhere to go. Finds Spencer out wide. Spencer a little give and go. Hurtado couldn't get there, and Dara couldn't get back quick enough. Now Spencer picks it off at midfield, looking for somewhere to go. Nobody in a white shirt wanted it. McPherson picks it off. Gets it out wide, but too much on it. It's going to cross the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. Referee calling Spencer over for a yellow card, it looks like, and then having a talk with one of the McPherson players. I'm not sure what that was all about. Ball goes out off for the Blue Jays. It'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs right by Tabor's bench. McPherson now looking to mount something here. Dara picks it off. Well, knocked away anyway. McPherson still has control. Knocks it towards the goal. Selly's right there. Gets it to De La Rosa. De La Rosa turns. Getting it upfield. Finds Reyna Soltero at midfield. Reyna taking it out to the left side. Dara going towards the middle. Gets it out wide. Now to Spencer. Spencer takes a shot towards Cubbin. Cubbin couldn't quite get there. Keeper comes out. Cubbin tried to make a play on that ball, but couldn't quite get there in time. It does appear that she bumped the keeper a little bit there, but I think she's okay. .53 left in this second period. Natalie Ford, nice play on defense. Gets it out wide to Spencer. Spencer looking for an overlap from Soltero. Gets it. Soltero takes it down the sideline against her defender. Crosses it long, looking for Dara. Nobody there, or she couldn't quite get there, and then nobody else had overlapped. Fell into empty space. Now Hess gets it to Cubbin. Middle of the field. De La Rosa gets it. McPherson knocks it back to the keeper. Silber knocks it way long. Simpson lets it ride over the side. Tabor throw. Spencer now gets it. She comes down the side, now brings it to the middle. Finds Soltero. Looked like a give and go was in order, but McPherson knocked it away. Now McPherson coming back on a counter. Dara goes down about the 40-yard line and is not sure what happened there. I saw her go down, but she's got two players around her not getting up, so I'm not exactly sure what she did there. It was a little bit, it looked just a little bit awkward. Now they're helping her up, and so I don't know. Couldn't quite tell if it's an ankle or a knee. Jim Moore, the trainer, coming out. Timeout, 15-minute mark. We'll take a break right here to talk about our sponsors again. Paul Brooks, State Farm Insurance. Contact Paul for all your life, home, car, insurance, and more. 316-721-8181 in Wichita, Kansas. Mennonite Brethren Foundation right here in Hillsboro, Kansas, 620-947-3151. Plan Giving Services Fund Management, championing stewardship, giving meaning to money. And Fleming's Mini Store Oil right here in Hillsboro, Kansas, 620-947-0184. Find solutions to all your storage needs with proper security measures at Fleming's Mini Store Oil. Dara is up and walking off the field, which is good news. Must have either twisted her knee, an ankle, or something, but able to walk gingerly. Substitution for Dara coming into the game. It looks like Rachel Bennett will come back onto the pitch. Play more of that midfield position. 14:59 left in this second period. Neither team able to really get anything going offensively. Kick by Quinn. Cubbin tries to get ahead on it. Simpson now keeping McPherson from advancing the ball up the field. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be or over the sideline. It'll be a throw for the Bulldogs. Quinn picks the ball up. Get a good punt here and see if the Blue Jays can do something here with 14-14 left in the second half. Now McPherson picks it up, but Spencer comes back, steals the ball, gets past one defender, now gets it out. On the far side, looking for Cubbin up the sideline. She has her. Cubbin making a nice run. Another defender comes over, knocks it over the end line. It'll be a corner for the Blue Jays. So Cubbin making a nice run up there off of the Spencer pass. It'll be a corner by Bennett. Bennett now set up in the corner, ready to kick. Hands up in the air. Gets a little kick off here to De La Rosa. Now gets it back to, or not to De La Rosa, but Soltero. So nothing really worked with that corner the way I think they planned. McPherson defended that well. Throw in by Bennett. Throws it a little bit long. Headed away by McPherson. Headed out by McPherson. It'll be a throw in again by Bennett. See if she can get it all the way into closer to the goal. Headed away. Now Hurtado picks it up. Now McPherson knocks it away. Now we got a foul called here on Hurtado. Tabor shooting themselves in the foot a little bit with picking up a foul there when we had the ball. McPherson controls at midfield. Now Spencer comes back again, picks off the ball. Now play there that going to get called against McPherson on Spencer. So both teams seem to be picking up the pace a little sense of urgency here finally for both teams. With 11:30 left in this contest, 0-0. Bennett looking to get everybody down into the goal as much as possible. Ball's up and kicked in. Knocked away by McPherson. Seemed like there wasn't a white shirt to be found there, and that ball was lofted up in the air. There was time for somebody in white to get under it, but just doesn't seem like anybody who wants to go for the ball in this contest tonight wearing white. Throw in by Hess. Hurtado has it. Drop back to Hess. Now taken to the middle of the field by De La Rosa. Drops it back to Ford. Ford out wide to Hess. Now out wide to Cubbin. Cubbin goes down the sideline to Bennett. Bennett takes the ball down the sideline. Defender steps in front. Over the sideline, it'll be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Or a foul, I think, was called on Bennett. Kicked up the sideline. Cubbin knocks it away. Now Araceli Wallace Carmona comes over and gets it out wide to Spencer. Now kicked back in, kept in by McPherson. McPherson controls. Now looking to mount an attack here now on the right side. Now drops it back. Long kick. Headed away by Simpson. Now Carmona gets it, heads it to De La Rosa. De La Rosa back on a give and go to Araceli. Araceli trying to find Spencer down the sideline. Now finds her. A little bit too long. A pass to Bennett by Spencer. Keeper comes in, picks it up. She'll get a big foot on here. 9 minutes left in this contest. Big bounce. Hess gets ahead on it to Hurtado. Hurtado now fighting against the McPherson player, drops it back to Hess. Now Hess to Cubbin. Cubbin now gets it back to, and foul called. Tabor will have the ball. Ford now going to kick it forward for the Blue Jays, looking for a white shirt. McPherson gets the first touch on it, but Cubbin comes over, knocks it out. McPherson knocked it over to Tabor, but Bennett was unable to control it on the rebound. Number 12 checks in for the Bulldogs. Emma Singleton, 5'7" midfielder, North Las Vegas, Nevada, Legacy High School. Bennett and Cubbin now on the sideline together. Now Hess gets it. Knocked out by McPherson. Hess with the throw. 7:35 left in the contest. Time winding down here. Both teams at 0-0. De La Rosa lets it fall. Drops it back to Hurtado. Hurtado kicks it out wide. Spencer is going to run this one down. Brings it to the middle. Takes a shot. Goes off of McPherson. Bounces McPherson's way. McPherson coming quickly back on a counterattack. Wallace Carmona going to let this ball go. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. It appears we're looking at the way things are going tonight. Unless something happens here in the next 6.5 minutes, we're looking at some overtime. Simpson tries to get it up to Spencer. McPherson picks it off, brings it back towards their goal. Ball's going to roll out over the end line again. Another goal kick for the Blue Jays. Oh, it turns out to be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. 5:53 left in the contest. Maybe Tabor can mount a counterattack here. Nice corner again by the Bulldogs. Kicked back out. Controlled by McPherson. This time Araceli Wallace gets a foot on it, kicks it out to Bennett. Bennett now trying to control it. McPherson picks it off. Now Hurtado has it. Hurtado knocked off the ball. McPherson brings it back. Kick toward the goal right at the keeper, Quinn. Quinn now with the punt coming. De La Rosa has control, gets it to Hurtado. Hurtado has nobody on her, brings it up. Gets it long, nice ball to Spencer. Spencer jumps in front of McPherson player, but doesn't take the ball with her. McPherson coming back the other way. Picked off by De La Rosa, dropped back to Hurtado. Now McPherson controls. Bennett now drops in, picks off the ball, back to Ford. Ford now looks out wide to Hess. Back to Wallace Carmona, who goes to De La Rosa midfield, gets it to Reyna Soltero, back to De La Rosa, now to Spencer, knocked away by McPherson midfield. Bennett picks it up, gets it back over to De La Rosa. De La Rosa back. Looked like she was trying to go back to Bennett, but went long. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays. Number 19, Kayla Joseph, checking in for Simpson. Will play the back row along with Hess and Ford and Araceli Wallace Carmona to end this game. 3.5 minutes left in the contest. Throw in by Hess, finds Reyna Soltero. Picked up by Cubbin. Cubbin now looking for Spencer. Spencer was making a run away from the middle, and Cubbin couldn't get enough spin on the ball, or curve on the ball, to get it to her. Throw in on the far side, Joseph. Finds De La Rosa. De La Rosa trying to turn. Now drops it to Joseph. Joseph to the middle of the field, looking for Bennett. Picked off again by McPherson, but now Joseph steps in front of that ball. Now McPherson drops it back. Joseph on defense, picks off the ball. Unable to get it to De La Rosa. Now McPherson brings it up the side. Kicks it towards the keeper, Quinn. Quinn right there, picks it off. Nice run there made by McPherson. Punt by Quinn against that wind, gets it to midfield. McPherson doing a lot better job controlling this second half than they did the first. Now Spencer gets it off to Bennett. Bennett bringing it up the side. Cubbin had stopped. Now she has to go again. Ball's kicked up the side to her. McPherson player comes in, knocks it out. Under 2 minutes to play now. Bennett will come over for the throw. Could be Tabor's last chance to get something here. We got a yellow card on somebody. Not exactly sure who got that. Throw in by Bennett. Spencer misses. Joseph comes up, gets it. Now knocked out by McPherson. Throw in by Joseph, finds Soltero. Soltero turns. Shot is taken but wide. Looked like McPherson might have tipped it, but no call. Less than a minute now to play. Goal kick coming. Cubbin picks it off, boots it towards the goal. Nobody there. Big punt by McPherson. .21 seconds left, and Tabor kicks it out. It'll be a throw in for McPherson. They quickly get it in, looking for something to do with it. Get it to the middle of the field, kick towards the middle. And Quinn for Tabor is going to hold this thing, and we're going to an overtime. We'll take a quick break, come back in 5 minutes, and we'll see if Tabor College women can mount some kind of an attack here and get a goal and put this thing away. Teams are both back on the field here in Hillsboro, Kansas to start the first overtime period. 10 minutes put on the clock. Tabor on the kickoff now. Oliveris drops it back to Bennett. Now Bennett out wide to Joseph. Tabor going from north to south, left to right on your screen. McPherson with a throw. Now Joseph gets it, drops it back, gets it to Ford. Ford now looking upfield. Knocked away by McPherson. It'll be a throw for the Blue Jays. Bennett has the ball, looking to go past her defender. Did for a second. Call against Tabor. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays, or for the Bulldogs. Well, it's a free kick for the Bulldogs. Excuse me. Ford picks it off. Offside call on the Bulldogs. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. Neither team able to mount any kind of an offensive attack here tonight in this game. Evenly matched teams. Ball's kicked out wide. Now to Oliveris. Oliveris to Spencer. Spencer coming up outside, going right at the goalie. Gets it past the goalie, just wide. Maybe the best chance the Blue Jays have had in a long time. Maybe the best chance the entire game in the early goings here of this overtime period. First overtime period for these two teams. Goal kick by the Blue Jays, flicked on by the Bulldogs. Now out wide, picked off by Hess. Hess now knocked down, but gets back up. Hurtado can't quite get it. Throw in for McPherson. Ball's kicked across the end line. It looks like a corner kick coming for McPherson. They've had very good corners coming from that side, or from both sides, but they've had several from that side, and all their corners have been put in very precarious positions. So looking for another one here from them. Hopefully this one gets out a little wider. Knocked away by the Blue Jays. Oliveris kicks it up in the air, and McPherson trying to control. Cammie Quinn coming out of her goal to pick that one up. Good punt. First touch by Mack. Now McPherson almost gets a shot on goal there, but Araceli Wallace Carmona able to get a piece of her body in front of it. Looked like it had some pretty good. Had a shot that might have been on goal there. Had a pretty good foot behind it. Quinn now picks it up, gets the ball out wide again, or out to the Blue Jays again, but picked up by McPherson. Flicked on right to the goalie. De La Rosa unable to control at midfield. McPherson gets the ball back. Now Hurtado steps in, gets it out wide to Cubbin. Cubbin looking for Oliveris in the middle, finds her. Oliveris turns. Looking for Spencer, but nobody there. Now kicks it out wide to nobody. I think she was thinking De La Rosa was heading that way, but De La Rosa now doing a good job on defense. Kicks it out over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for McPherson. So looked like we might have had something there, but about three players converged on Spencer in the middle. Now Hurtado steps in front again, gets it to Hess. Hess looking for somewhere to go. Drops it to Wallace. Wallace, Carmona to De La Rosa. De La Rosa out wide here to Joseph on the near side. Joseph looking for something. Takes it to the middle, drops it to Bennett. Bennett now gets past her defender. Knocked away by McPherson. Bennett now with the throw for the Blue Jays. Throws it down the line to Cubbin. Cubbin looking to turn. Knocked down. Ball goes over the line. No call by the linesman. The official in the middle says it's McPherson's ball. So I'm not exactly sure if it's a goal kick or free kick. Looks like a free kick. Cubbin gets a head on it, but flicks the wrong, couldn't get enough on it, flicks it the wrong way, goes towards McPherson. Hess on the far side kicks it out over the sideline. McPherson quick with the throw. Play is stopped for substitution. 24 for McPherson. Vartanian checking in for number 4 for the Jordan Bruner for the Bulldogs. Got a little bit of a scrum over there on the far side. De La Rosa goes down, but it's a throw in for McPherson. It's a free kick by McPherson. Cammie Quinn comes out, picks up the loose ball that had popped up in the air. Tabor now see if they can mount an attack. Big kick out. Spencer's running for it. Can't quite get there. McPherson knocking it back. Drop to Hess. Hess trying to get it out wide to Joseph. Does, but now McPherson steps in front. Ford playing good defense. Ball's kicked, knocked over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. De La Rosa checking in for the Blue Jays. Cubbin coming out. Quinn with the goal kick, headed by McPherson, but controlled by Tabor. Hurtado has it on this near side, drops it to Joseph. Joseph bringing it up the sideline. Trying to get it back to Bennett. Knocked away by McPherson. Now McPherson steps in front, steals the ball. Joseph stays with it. Joseph now getting a lot of pressure on the ball. Ford now controls back to Hurtado. Now McPherson player steps in. Another foul called on the Blue Jays. Free kick for McPherson. Ball's kick towards the goal. Cammie Quinn right there. High kick by Quinn. McPherson player gets a foot on it, but not enough of one. Now Dakota Spencer making a run. McPherson steps in, knocks it over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays. We're down to 9 seconds.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
We're going to the second overtime period here in about 5 minutes. We'll tee it up again and see if we can get a score here in this game. 0-0, starting our second overtime period here in about 5 minutes. We'll take a break. Be back in 5. Both teams back on the field. It's a kickoff here. McPherson now going from north to south. Left to right on your screen. Blue Jays right to left, going from south to north with the breeze behind them. The breeze is still blowing. McPherson kicks the ball, goes over the sideline. Throw in for the Blue Jays. Hess will do the honors for the Blue Jays on the back row. You've got Hess, Wallace, Carmona as Spencer brings the ball down the field for the Blue Jays. Passes by her defender. Is going to try another. Get the ball into the goal here. And the ball is going to go to corner for the Blue Jays. Ford also deep for the Blue Jays along with Joseph, Bennett, Spencer, De La Rosa, Hurtado, Oliveris in for the Blue Jays. Corner coming from Reyna Soltero, just over the head of Araceli Wallace Carmona. So Selly almost getting a hit on that, just sailed over her head just a little bit. Nice corner by Soltero. Got the ball they wanted, got the player with that heads a lot of balls for the Blue Jays, got her in the right position, just sailed a little bit on her. De La Rosa comes in, makes a play on the ball. Now Hurtado trying to get it to her teammate Bennett, unable to do so. Carmona chases the ball down, gets it out wide to Hess. Hess now in the middle of the field to Bennett. Bennett gets it under control, gets it back to Hess. Now to Oliveris. Oliveris controls, turns, gets it out wide to a McPherson player. Stepping in. McPherson now shoots a through ball, but nobody's running. Picked up easily by Quinn. 7:40 left in this contest. Ball's punted, goes out over the sideline. It'll be a throw for McPherson. McPherson now controlling the ball for a second now. Oliveras picks it off, gets it back to De La Rosa. Now a McPherson player steps in front. Long ball, through ball again. Offsides by McPherson, picked up easily by Quinn. She'll bring it out quickly. Gets it out wide to Joseph. Joseph bringing it up fast, looking for her De La Rosa. McPherson steps in front. This time Bennett picks off the ball, but short-lived as McPherson gets it back. Now Hess heading the ball. McPherson looking to pick it up and does, but now it gets kicked away. Hess will boot it out over the sideline and get her defense to reset. Give him a chance to get back as McPherson has the throw. Ball's thrown down the line. Hess will let it ride. Goal kick for the Blue Jays. Four minutes gone in this second overtime period. Still no score in the contest. Substitution for McPherson, number 22. Checking in the game for the Bulldogs, Christina Hall, 5'2" junior out of Falls Church, Virginia. Ball's kicked out wide to Hess. Hess to Bennett. McPherson steps in, picks it off. Now ball's kicked down the line. That one's going to stay in. Cross in front of the goal, knocked away by Araceli Wallace Carmona. Now Hess picks it up, kicks it out, but McPherson able to pick it off. Now Hess again steps in. Bennett controls. Tabor on a counterattack. Gets it to Oliveras. Oliveras turns. Gets it to Spencer out wide. Knocked out by McPherson. Had Soltero running down the middle of the field. Just under 5 minutes to play. Bennett with a long throw. McPherson heads it out. Hurtado picks it off. Now McPherson kicks it out of harm's way. And ball goes over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Jays. Hess will throw here on this near side down to Wallace Carmona. Wallace Carmona switches fields, finds Ford in the middle. Ford brings it up. Nobody on her. McPherson now picks it off at the 40-yard line, now coming back the other way. Wallace Carmona taps the ball away from behind, called for the foul. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Ball's knocked in towards the goal, but not hard enough for any problem for Quinn to pick it up. Big kick by Quinn. Just start running if you're a white shirt. Keep him pinned down there if you can, but that ball's running all the way, and that's going to get picked up by the keeper for the Bulldogs. Silber, she'll be kicking back the other way. Into the wind, gets it out to the 50-yard line. Picked up by Hess. Hess gets it to midfield. Picked up by Oliveras for a second. Ball's pulled away by McPherson. Bulldogs coming back the other way now. Wallace Carmona knocks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs. 2:45 left in this contest. So Tabor's going to end up playing long ball here. Simpson comes to midfield to check in. Ball's knocked away by the Blue Jays. Hess able to keep it in. Kicks it out wide to Spencer. Spencer can't keep it in. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs get across. Knocked away. Soltero with a long run. Not sure she's going to make it. Doesn't, and it'll be a throw in on the far side by the Bulldogs. 2 minutes left in the contest. Bulldogs have it in control on their end of the field. Hurtado steps up, picks off the ball, and McPherson gains it back. So it's just Tabor picks it up for a second, then gives it back. Now McPherson crosses in the middle again. Cammie Quinn goes down to pick it up. Didn't probably need to, but if you're in a white shirt, you should be running right now. McPherson with the header, now headed again, this time by Oliveris towards Spencer, kicked out by McPherson. Throw in the Blue Jays, substitution. Simpson comes in for Hess. Big throw by Bennett. Spencer not able to control, but McPherson knocks it out. Another throw in here, under a minute to play now. Bennett looking to throw, waiting for Wallace Carmona to get up there. Time's ticking away. Long throw by Bennett. Tabor players in there need to get that ball towards the goal in a hurry. Ball's kicked, knocked away. It's going to be a corner kick, I believe, for the Blue Jays. They're going to have to hurry. 20 seconds left. Soltero's had a couple nice corners today. If Wallace Carmona could get her head on this one. It's kicked long and wide again. Folks, we're going to end at 0-0, 0-0 here. McPherson College and Tabor College, first conference game of the season. Ends in a tie with both teams unable to get anything going offensively. Tabor did lead in number of shots on goal, 7-2, I believe, although they've already erased it. And we're now getting ready for the men's game to crank up here in a few minutes as the teams cross the field and shake hands. That's it here for the Blue Jays today, though. Next game will be September 27th at Avila University, 3 o'clock p.m. in Kansas City. And then back here at home, October 2 versus Sterling College, 5 o'clock p.m. We'll get ready for the men's contest here in about 30 minutes. Thanks for joining.